Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to your morning live stream. Thanks again for tuning in. So, is today going to be the day that AMC rips? I'm a little optimistic. And when I say rip, I don't mean to $1,000. I mean, I hope it goes to $1,000. That would be pretty cool. But I'm not thinking $1,000. So, the title could throw you off a little bit, but we're going to clear all that up for you here in just a bit. So we're going to be following AMC today. We're going to touch on EXPR. We're going to touch on the stock SUNW. Maybe Wish. And then what was the other one? BNGO. There was something else that kind of looked good. Ooh, FCEL potentially. So we're going to get rocking and rolling here in just a sec. All right, let's pop this to full screen. Good morning, easy win, 120 Tree Magoo. All righty, so let's start with AMC. All righty. I don't exactly remember what we told everybody the other day. I've been doing this for so many days now, but pretty much to put it simply, the long target of the market right now on AMC is from 62.88 to 60, pretty much 65. We'll just call it 65. It's actually 64.98, but we'll call it 65. How about that? What's going on, Mr. Chupapi? So this right now, this gray box from 62.70s to 65 is the current long target of the AMC market. Now, in order to do that, of course, we got to break over this kind of previous price action high and get through this previous price action high, but realistically, I don't see any reason as to why we can't do that. So this morning, you will notice we have started going up. You see this red line? This red line is important, okay? Oh, I remember what I said from yesterday. We'll talk about that in a second. Which, can anybody give me a golf clap on yesterday's analysis? I mean, it was pretty remarkable. It was something new that I was trying. There was something that I was missing in my analysis from day to day that, occasionally would happen. I'd be like, why is it? So I started catching on to what maybe I was doing wrong, and that's what led me to picking this almost perfectly yesterday. So let's talk about this red line right now. So this red line here, it comes from the daily chart. Yes. So when we go to the daily chart, you're going to see this half deviation price here. Well, it's a little different now. It will be different at open too. So that's another thing that could be important. So anywhooser, yesterday, this red line was priced at $58. So realistically, this is where the red line was yesterday. It was down here. All right, today, right now, it's at $58.19. So pretty much what we had recommended was yesterday, when the market broke through the pre-market high, it was going to target up to the half deviation, which at the time was at $58. So you will see yesterday, market consolidated, double bottom, breaks up through the 9-day moving average, goes through the pre-market high, squeezes up and tagged. It actually tagged 57.99. The level was 58, so it was off by 1 penny. So yesterday was pretty remarkable. That was the first time I threw that analysis together, and it worked perfectly. So I was actually pretty proud of myself on that one. So today, again, our long target is up to 62.65 to 65. I only expect we reach the high side of the target at 65 if today is truly like a gangbuster day. Moon Gang, Matt Kors, Trey Gang, let's get it. If it's one of those days, then I would see 65. If it's just a typical trading day that we've kind of been seeing, then I'd only really expect a 63 to 62.70s target, okay? Now, before we get onto that, or before we continue further, right now, the daily chart, and I don't know how much this is going to play a role for now. So you can see where we broke out this morning, right? You see that red line? That's where we broke out. You can see this morning opens up, we hit the red line, we pull back, we come back up to the red line, and once we cross through, that's where we break out, okay? The next trending targets, as I said, aren't up until here. But what's going to happen at market open is this red line is probably going to adjust. Now, yesterday, remember this. This is what you need to remember. Yesterday, the resistance was here pre-market when the market opened and all the prices updated from yesterday till the next day. The price level had adjusted and the resistance became 58, and that's why we stopped here, okay? Right now, the current support of the market is this red line. Hold on. Is this red line. So when the market opens, it's very possible that since we trended up overnight, this red line is going to actually be higher at market open. And if in the event this line ends up becoming or coming up to, say, 59.40s, then we'll be trading right on resistance, and it'll be a matter of whether or not AMC can actually break above the resistance. And if it can, then we could look at, maybe going all the way up to the 50. So I don't know yet how this open's going to be because I don't know where this price level is going to adjust to. But nonetheless, I am more bullish the AMC market today, and I think you should be long bias for the time being up to 63 and up to 65 and higher than that if this becomes a really stupid day. And lastly, it's just because we are coming close to the end of this kind of consolidation. So we are getting close to the point where we're going to pick a direction, whether up or down, and right now we're on the upswing, the momentum's strong, everything still seems bullish, and everything is pointing to the upside right now, okay? Whew! Could I get a thumbs up for that one? I mean, I was doing a lot of talking there, so go ahead, tickle the like button, do us all a little favor, thank you. So let's now jump into we're going to jump into EXPR, SUNW, and BNGO because those have been kind of like a couple of the stocks we've really been hammering on the past couple days. So EXPR, we're watching on the long side, which it's actually, yeah. So pretty much to put it simply, the resistance of the market right now on EXPR that we have to get over for the long play to kind of work is going to be $7.03, $7.04. I was actually swing long this last night with an average of 697 or 698, and then I closed this morning because I wanted to see a gap up, but we got a gap down, so I'm like, I'll just take a small loss on it and wait to see if we can come back and reclaim the $7 price. So you can see we've bounced back up to the $7 price. So EXPR, we're still watching on the long side, and it's today, I guess, a matter of getting over the 703 price to see continued long bias movement. But nonetheless, we are watching closely on EXPR. All right. I know I didn't touch a whole lot on that. It's pretty simple. Again, it's 703 up and over, holding, we're long bias, moon gang. All right. Now we'll pop on over to SUNW, just kind of touch on this one really quickly. Just posted a video this morning pre-market on SUNW, so you should go back and check that one out because it'll be a little bit more in-depth than what we'll do here. But to put it simply, the target of the SUNW market is 14 to, I think, 1475. I could be wrong. Let me just... So again, target market SUNW, $14 to... Oop. $14.62. So again, you're pretty much looking to swing this market on SUNW back to $14 to $15. That's it. That's what you're trying to do. I could talk more on it, but that's really what you're trying to do. All right, we're going to go over to BNGO. Good old BNGO. So if you guys remember from yesterday's analysis, we recommended that the BNGO market was going to be a bearish day, and you should have watched the stock for trading bearish. So we're still bullish the stock, but yesterday was meant to be a bearish day. So today, it's kind of tricky. I don't think we're going to break out. I think it's just going to be kind of a ho-hum back and forth day, because what I believe has happening is we're priming up on BNGO for another breakout or just a bullish move that is going to try to take us back to this previous high. But I think it's going to take a little bit of time and some consolidation here. If it happens right away, then awesome. That's great. That's an instant gratification play. But I think we might do a little bit of consolidating. But either way, what we're following right now on BNGO is this trend. So this trend line here, okay? Ooh, that might be a better way of me doing this from now on, saying this trend line rather than you see this price. So it's this trend line, which is a statistical trend line. And there's another one. It is here, which I don't think we're going to hit this one. So pretty much we're looking for BNGO to sustain this channel trend, whether on the upside of this one or the upside of this one, back up and over this red line. So ideally, we're just looking for BNGO's price to get accumulated either above this white trend line or this white trend line. And once we successfully get through this red line, then we will see a move up to or back to kind of this $9 price, or a better way of saying it would be targeting back to the long-term trend. So it's there, and the 4-hour one is, here. So ideally, if price stays above these trends and gets over this red line, then we'll see the market probably break back up to these white trend lines here, okay? And that's pretty much all we're doing with the BNGO market for right now. And then the last thing I'm going to touch on is FCEL. So FCEL is something that we recommended back as a long pretty much when it topped. So we were looking for a breakout kind of continuation play that didn't work here. And now we're back to recommending this more on the long side. These two red lines here and here were the recommended buy zone back from a couple weeks ago. Once we got into it, we started buying and we've come back up, and we might be trying to exit that little support system. And watch what happens when we change this time frame to the 1 year, 1 day chart. You will see that we are sitting right on trending support, and that's why the market is bouncing. We have pulled back down to long-term trends. So as long as the FCEL market sustained above this trend line on the way down and did not break down, we could be reversing back into the long. So right now we are more long bias on the stock FCEL, expecting this to start coming up in the next couple days, maybe throughout the remainder of the week. It's been a weaker stock amongst its peers, but being optimistic that we can see some long bias trading on this soon. Okay. Those are all the ones that I want to talk about and cover. We still have 15 minutes to go. I'm going to go from top to bottom and try to run through all the stocks. Tesla, SPCE. So real quickly, I'm just going to do this basically as quick as I can. The recommended sell targets on Tesla from last week were 700 to 724. So we're still following Tesla to hopefully get it up to 724. But we have started the beginning selling process of these targets. So we're optimistic on getting it up to 720, but overall this gray box zone is a selling zone for Tesla from this bottom and that bull flag breakout. 720 right now, 724, 725, 730 is give or take 5 points between 725 or so, and that's our target for Tesla, and that's where we're probably going to see some selling pressure here in the next couple days. SPCE, we recommended that you should not be a buyer on SPCE the other day when it was in this location, and recommended you be more likely to see some selling pressure as opposed to buying pressure. So for the time being, we are on the short side or bearish the stock because we are coming from the +3 deviation zone, breaking down 2 deviations. If this is not going to sell down any lower in the immediate, then that means the price of SPCE needs to reclaim $54 today and stay above $54. Okay. You know, I'm not sure why you received the notification late. Good day, Connor. Thanks, James. BSqr. I'll take a quick peek. BSqr. Lot of lines on there. Clearly have seen this stock before. All right, so, man, you got some resistance here. Oh, why you do that? That's dumb. Boom, boom. This could be a tricky one for me to do quickly. I don't like this. It's too hard. Can't do it as quick. Shit. All right, so there's that. So we stopped there. You got up to here. Max. Blue. Oh, shit. Green. I'm trying to do this as quick as I can. As you can see, I'm making some mistakes, but that's all dandy. Okay. And then this will be yellow. And okay. All right. So right now, so you can see you hit resistance on 2 deviations. So I'm labeled the boxes as the colors of the long-term trend. So the 2 deviation is the green, the 1 deviation is the yellow, the 3 deviations the blue. So for the day, at most on the stock BSqr, you should not try to trade it over $8. And if it gets up to $8, that would be your selling location. The current breakout level is getting through the yellow box. You can see that we kind of broke down there right here. You can see how we kind of went snap. So we know that the yellow 1 deviation mark, you can see the top of the yellow box, we're selling off. So the 1 deviation mark is the breakout level for BSqr today over like 513. Then the intraday resistance for now, well, this is really intraday resistance / intraday breakout. This would be the pre-market high resistance and the pre-market high breakout. And then if you can get over the pre-market high breakout, your target would be into the blue box starting at 760 to 850. And that's all you have for BSqr. That's as quick as I could do that. Anyways, all right, on to the next one. Wish. Yes, let's talk about Wish. Okay, I'm going as quick as I can, folks. I know. So the recommendation on Wish was that this was going to be a resistance zone. Remember the other day we put those 2 lines on the chart. We said this is going to be a resistance zone. Since then, we have not really broken out. You can see wick, 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 up, over, back, down, wick, wick. So for right now, Wish is holding below the +1 deviation mark for right now. What time is it? 8:48. Okay, we're not doing bad. We're doing okay. So we could do this like that. So we go like that. I kind of like the way that I did that last time with the colorful boxes and all. That was kind of fun. So let's do that again. So this is your 1 deviation price zone. I guess we could do it like that too. And then I'm gonna go up. All right, we gotta change this time frame real quickly. That's pretty much the same. That's pretty much the same. There isn't really a whole lot of price zones. So yeah. So that's the resistance you need to get over right there. So if you can get up and over that yellow zone, the top of it is 1482, and sustaining over it, like get over, maybe test it and hold, then you could see a long move. And that's really all I can touch on right now for Wish. Bought AUUD after your analysis last week and it doubled since then. AUUD. I don't even remember what our analysis was from last week. And let me look at the chart. Yeah, I mean, I know it looked bullish. I don't remember what I said though, but thumbs up. Hell yeah. Lego, baby. Oh, by the way, AUUD is into an overbought location now, so it would be a wise decision to sell maybe 75%, keep like 25% or something like that. I don't want to tell you what to do, but it is a very logical approach. SUNW, we went over SUNW. EXPR, we went over EXPR. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. What's up with NIO? NIO is still on the long side. I think we're going to hit our at-most target. If you guys remember from like basically over almost 2 months ago, no, not 2 months ago, about a month now, about a month ago, we had recommended that NIO was going to hit price targets of $45 to $53. Or, well, it kept changing because as each day goes on, things change. So the target kind of changed a little bit, you know, over time. And so the at-most target we gave for Tesla was at the time like 52 something. Now it's 53.24. So these were the first targets, those red lines here. Hold on. This was first target. This was second target. So we had a zone from, again, here to there. So it was a pretty big price zone to get to. But you can see we got to here. We sold down. We sold down. We held. We pushed up. So we're going to go for the upside of this target, which is $53. And that's where you should be long to on NIO. And not too much more than that for the time being. Woo! MRIN. So yes, MRIN, this arguably could be the short day. It's a matter of whether or not I think MRIN opens green or red. I think there's some short sellers who are going for the first red day strategy here, but for right now, it looks like we might open green. Again, MRIN's been a pain in the butt to be on the short side. So again, you got to be very careful with it. It might even be best just to go into this as like a swing trade and start with something small on the short side because it's been blowing up and it still looks like it has some momentum. So maybe just start something small, and if it works, awesome. If it doesn't, it's not going to kill you. And if it goes a little higher, you can add more to it. So you could use an average up strategy, but just make sure you're using appropriate capital. But this is something I'm probably not going to mess with. You know, we did mention the other day that this thing still looked strong, and we were staying away from, you know, trying to be extremely bearish on it. And sure enough, it kept going. I should have known to long this one. I've seen this setup so many times, and I was still trying to short it early on. But whatever. This is into an overbought location. If you buy the stock MRIN right now and then you hold the stock MRIN right now, you're pretty much guaranteeing yourself a loss. That's a good way of saying that now. Whoa, alrighty. Wow, there's just a lot of requests here. I don't think I'm going to get them all, so I'm going to have to be selective now with the 8 minutes we have left. NNDM. So NNDM, yeah, let's look at that one because that was a recommendation the other day. You should still be on the long side of NNDM. That's just pretty much it. I think we hit our long target, kind of, almost. Or wait. Yeah, I mean, we kind of. No, not quite. You should still be on the long side of this. Our long target for NNDM was, shoot, 956. 956 to 1083. So it's a pretty big zone. And then you'll see, if you look the other day, right, we got to 930. So again, the targets were 956 to 1080. So far, we got to 930. So I'm still on the bull side of NNDM, looking for us to get to this zone and or to basically into and or to the high of 1078. ORPH is running. Actually, that is running legitimately. Hold on. Got to go to a different screen where my stuff's at. Let me see. ORPH, you sneaky, sneaky dog, you. Hold on, folks. This one, down, pop, down. It still has a big gap to fill, so it's like, it's up. No, that's not right. How do you do that? All right, so, wow, really? Is that? That doesn't seem legit. There's no way. I guess. Yeah, so my expected price target for ORPH overall, so like in this move, the at-most target I would have is up to the price of 883, and then we will see the market sell down at 883. Unless you're really lucky. Unless we're really, really lucky today, ORPH should not really go too much higher than the price of 883, and then it should sell down. So I'm even looking to be bearish or a short seller, a short trader around this 883. Could be slightly dangerous, but I think that's where this move is going to try to go to, and then there's going to be a bearish play off of it there. And realistically, we're already on bearish TTM, so this is the at most. So pretty much the best way of saying this is the current selling zone of the ORPH market. So unless the buyers are so strong that they can get it all the way up through 883, this is kind of a selling zone on the stock ORPH for me. Look at that. That's 850, 855. Again, moving to 880s. Come on, just do it. Just please go to 880, stop, pull back, just so everyone can see the analysis live. And then it would just be awesome. Come on, just scoot on up there. All right, don't be shy. Just go on. 880. What did I say? 884. Come on, little sport. You can do it, Sprout. Close to hitting puberty here. Come on. There you go, kiddo. Just a little bit more. Self Energy, yeah, we do have a day trading course which encompasses all of this that we do here. Where are the strippers? Honestly, my Dogecoin went down. I couldn't even afford the cheapest one, so it's a sad day over here. So we did do AMC. You know, that's a great question. That's another example. So I'm not sure. There must be some reason, some calculation in the scanner as to why it's not coming off. So, but if you look at, that's odd too. Yeah, I'm not really sure. So ORPH hit a high at 886 there, or sorry, 866. Really quickly, we'll go back and touch on AMC. So AMC, just really quickly, the recommendation is long today, and long bias up to the 62.60 to 65 price. Okay. And right now, the current support of the AMC market is at 58.20, but that's going to change when, that's going to change when the market opens. When the market opens, this line is probably going to go up a little bit, and we'll either be sitting right on support or we'll be right under support, which means we'll be on resistance, which means then we'll have to break a new resistance point. So not quite sure how we're going to adjust at the open, but on the upside right now, that's going to be our long target, 62.70s to 65 today, unless this thing is stupid nuts and we go through that. But if we go through 65, hold on. If we were to go through 65, which would be damn impressive, but believable. Now, if we do that, the short sellers will probably be like, damn. And then we'll probably take them all the way to 80 bucks almost. So again, if 65 successfully breaks, then we'll probably run to, and it's a big target to call ahead of time. There's a lot of what ifs and things that could happen. So, take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, if we were to break 65, then the better way of saying it is if we break 65, the first target would be the $71 mark. Then through 71 would take us to 78.85. But again, generally when you do a one deviation move, there's always a pullback or some sort of like knee-jerk reaction at the 0.5 mark, which is the halfway mark from the one deviation move. I might be confusing some, but long story short, if we go from the green line to the blue line, So if we were to take a road trip from the green line to the blue line, which would be from the East Coast to the West Coast, the dotted line in the middle would be like maybe Nebraska or, the midway point of the United States. We'll stop, we might stop in the Grand Canyon for a second, take a peek around. We'll go through some dips, we'll go through some valleys and be like, all right, cool, this was awesome. Let's head to Cali. And then we'll be at the blue line. So generally, on any road trip, any vacation, you're always going to stop and you're going to go pee, you're going to take a poop, you're going to get food, you're going to take some sort of break along the way. And that's what generally takes place at the halfway mark between the solid lines. So over 65 goes to 70, then to 70, or 78, excuse me. Alrighty, I gotta run. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button before you head out the door. ORPH did not quite make it to 886. It's already selling down, and that is also why when we just touched on ORPH, we were saying that this whole entire zone is a selling zone. That's why we're saying that, right? Because sometimes they don't quite get there. They might fake you around a little bit, but either way, from here to here is a selling zone. So anybody who's been long, they're selling here right now currently. So anyways, we're bearish ORPH now going into the open, not bullish. Only going to be bullish if we're successfully breaking up and through the price of 884. All right, ladies and gentlemen, everybody have a great rest of your day. I will see you guys on the next stream, which will be tomorrow morning. All right, guys, take care. Hit the thumbs up button, and I'll see you in the next one.